Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Fun Stuff Friday and we've got all sorts of fun stuff. So these are Tree Vibes. They are Brazilian pencil. They came from Brazil and they are a lovely, lovely pencil. I can't tell you what the composition of them are because I don't read Portuguese. So I do, from the feel of them, they feel really soft, almost like a Prismacolor wax base. So I do believe that they are wax. I could be wrong, but they are so soft. Uh, I did receive a full set of the Classica. I have received in the past a set of the pastels, the pastel tones. Also received a series of small sets like boho chic. I don't know what this says. Different. This one's Botanica, Ocean, and Macrons. Now, I did receive a different set of Macrons than this, which was a full set of 24. They also all come with a sketch pencil. So there is a large amount of the sketch pencils as well. This is a 6B pencil, so it's a very, very soft sketch pencil. So let's take a look at the pencils themselves. So they come in these small plastic containers. They're not, they're very flimsy. They're not very secure, I guess we would say. Um, they are, like I said, from Brazil. They are not something that is sold here in the US at this time. Um, if you have somebody that is in Brazil, you can definitely have them order them on Amazon and ship them to you. Um, Brazilian Amazon is not shipping these to the US. I did check, but they are a lovely, lovely pencil. So these are the duplicates. So yes, there are duplicates in all of these sets put together. There is 58 duplicate pencils in the set. So I have them in, of course, my pencil stand over here. So we're going to try to pull a color that you can see the gold writing on because it is a gold writing. Switch you over to the close-up camera here. So there is no number on the pencil. However, there is a name. So you can definitely put a number on the end of the pencil. I'm going to check and make sure there isn't one on the end of the pencil and swatch it under the name. So this one here is Onyx, which of course is Onyx. So these are written in Portuguese, I do believe is what it is. That is what I translated it from. So this one here is banana. Some of them have names that are universal. However, this one here is definitely not something that is English unless you can read it. It does say popcorn, but it says pipoca, which is popcorn. I did go through and translate them using Google Translate, so I will be looking at the translations of them as well as the colors. This is the Classica set. It is a 72 set. It also has one 6B pencil in it. All of the 12 sets also have a 6B pencil in them. So you get 12 plus the one 6B. Like I said, if you do look at purchasing these on Amazon Brazil, you are definitely welcome to do so. They the last time I looked, which was recently, they did not ship to the US, so I had a friend bring them um, from Brazil and ship them to me from the US. So, thank you very much, first of all, to that wonderful person that did send me these, and thank her family member for bringing them over from Brazil for me. I appreciate that. Let's take a look at the swatch. So, grab your cup of coffee, sit back, and relax. It will be just a short time. There is 112 pencils that I will be swatching. All right, it is swatch time. Okay, so that wasn't so bad. So as you probably noticed throughout this swatch, there's different ones that are a little bit of the same name, like Palha and Palha D. On the pencils themselves, they are listed the same name. So this one here, as well as this one here, are the same name on the pencils. So I have just listed them here as light and dark. You can definitely tell by the barrel that one is lighter than the other and one is darker. There are a couple of them that are like that. Just make sure that you take a look at the color of the barrel if you decide that you want to purchase these. So we have two different whites here. We have snow and Arctic. We have marshmallow, linen, banana, mango, sunshine, popcorn, dark linen. So there's another one that is the same name on the pencil, but one is a little bit darker. Thin sand, straw, pudding, dark thin sand. That's another one. Sunset, dark straw. So there's another one. So there are some that are the same name on the pencil. Again, I'm going to reiterate this because I don't want somebody to think that they've got four of one pencil when in actuality they just have a duplication. This one here is vanilla, croissant, guava paste, guava paste, peach, camilla, sunflower, summer heat, flirt, fire, and carmine. Then we have aurora, chrysanthemum, 7:15 p.m. Not quite sure about that one. I'm going to adjust this. This looks really blurry to me. So hold on 2 seconds. For some reason, it looks all blurry. I don't want you to be blurry. Alright, so I'm going to zoom you in a little bit as well. Close that so I can see what I'm doing. Ooh, that was really blurry. Alright, there, that's better. That is better. Yeah, so this one here is called 7:15. Not quite sure why. It's interesting, but it's actually called that on the pencil. It's called 19 hours and 15 minutes. This one here is magenta, chiclet, tutti frutti, watermelon, strawberry, muffin, cupcake, raspberry, luau, pink lemonade, late afternoon, cake pop, ice cream, grape, popsicle, sea breeze, twilight, lavender, background of sea. I'm not quite sure what that. It's a good color. Horizon, macaron, blackberry, and then we have gelatin, Psy, Pacific, aqua crystal clear, so crystal clear water, cotton sweet or sweet cotton, traditional nominate donut, blueberry, Atlantic, coral reef, heavenly blue, confetti, wave, sea blue, hangover, that's an interesting one, pool, sky blue, denim, lagoon, uh, gum bay, mint, smoothie, teal, and juicy. Now we have another one down here that's called mint as well, but they are listed as two different colors on the two different types of mint basically. So there's menta and then there's also hortella. So there's two different mints as far as I understand. Lemon mousse, uh, lollipop, pistachio, blonde, clover, eucalyptus, palm tree, Adam's rib. I don't understand that one. Um, Victoria Regia, fennel, Adam's rib dark, acacia, Inga, honey, physalis, caramel, cinnamon, redwood, plantain, walnut, graphite, ceramic, fig, and brick. And then we have mist, cloudy day, rock, island, onyx, storm, night, black, silver, and golden. So that's all the colors in the multiple sets that I have received that are not duplications. And they are absolutely beautiful colors. And they lay down really, really well. Of course, we have our testing here. So we're going to tip this up here so I don't have to have it hanging off my tablet here. So we've got water testing as well as smudge testing. So let's grab some reds. Let's check out our color swatches here. So I need fire, which is in here. I need sunshine, which is in this one. And I need a blue, so let's go with pool, which I do believe is this one. Nope, it's this one. Yes. Okay, so we've got our red, yellow, and blue. So we're going to start with our red here. Now reds are typically easier to run with water because of the fact that they are more concentrated with the pigment. So I'm just filling this in. Again, if you do find that your colors run with water, just use your Caran d'Ache blender pencil over top of them. It will seal them in and create a wax bond over top of your pigment, making sure that the water does not permeate it. This one here is sunshine. So the first one was fire, this one is sunshine. And I'm not pressing really hard. They are a very soft pencil, so if you press really, really hard, you can basically smush the pencil out of existence very quickly. So, and then pool, which is a nice dark, dark blue. So just putting down a couple of layers, making sure that I put down the same amount that I would if I was coloring, and once I was finished coloring. I'm going to do the same thing over here on the smudge. So we're going to do our yellow. I was playing with a different template thing, so I've got some new little areas. And then we'll put our blue. I know it's not the same lineup as the water, but that's okay. As long as we get one of each color. Just going to make sure I get a good saturation of pigment. Again, the reason why I do this is because while you're coloring, if you rub your hand across a pencil or finished colored area that the pencil smudges on, you will drag that color with your hand. So again, I'm making sure that it's fully saturated the same way it would be if I was finished coloring an area. Again, you can avoid having this happen if you do find that your pencils smudge by putting a blender over top of it. Make sure that you blend that right into the tooth of the paper. I like the Caran d'Ache blender because it does put a really good seal over top of the colored area. So that is something to keep in mind when you're choosing a blender. I do find that the Caran d'Ache works with most pencils. There have been a couple that are heavily oil-based that they don't work as well with. And for those, I typically reach for my Derwent blender. Alright, so I've got the Caran d'Ache water brush here. It is wet. I'll give you a sample. It's not as wet. Not wet enough. There we go. So there's, as you can see, there's water there. And then we're just going to make sure that it's not soaking wet because we don't ever pour water directly on our page, but we do use water color mediums. Now the red did not move at all. I didn't even pick it up on the pen. The yellow is not moving, and neither is the blue. So they do not move with water. So they passed the water test, which is awesome. Now these are really soft, so they do feel a little crumbly when you're using them if you press too hard. So make sure that, of course, all of your areas are dusted off before you move on to the next area. Not getting any smudge there either for the yellow. Let's see the blue. Oh, the blue does smudge quite a bit. And same with the red. So the yellow not so much, but the blue and the red will smudge. And I'm pressing pretty hard here. So if you're not, scrubbing your hand across it, you shouldn't have to worry too much about it. But if you are heavy-handed and going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, you may find that your colors are smudging. All right, so we're going to use a blender, and we're going to pull. Let's pull some pinks because we like the pink. All right, so I've got a light, medium, and dark pink here, and I'm going to do that in this little oval. So I'm going to start with the light, and I'm just going to put the whole thing here in the oval, and then we'll test the Caran d'Ache blender on it. Oh, sorry, I was off screen. So I'm just filling that in, making sure that I have the proper amount of pigment on the page that I would use if I was coloring. Alright, just gonna grab my blender here. It's hiding. Alright. So this is what's left of my little Caran d'Ache blender. And as you can see, it blends it very, very nicely. Now we're going to do the same thing over here with the medium, and we're going to blend it with a white pencil. Now, I will remind you that blending anything with a white pencil will dull down the color. So if you do not want to dull down the color of your pigment, use your colorless blender. Again, just making sure I have all of the appropriate amount of color on there. Now we're going to use Ghost, or no, Snow. I think it's Snow. Yes, Snow. So this is Neve. And as you can see, it does blend it nice and smooth. However, it does change the color of it. This was the more translucent white in the set. So if I was to use Arctic, it would even be more of a light pink. But it did cover and blend the swatch together. So it does blend very nicely with both a blending pencil as well as white. So now we're going to do a three-tone blend with our pinks here. So we're going to start with our light pink, and I'm going to make sure that I'm on the screen. I'm going to blend that out, leave a little tail to blend into. Make sure that we get that good saturation of color. And then we're going to take our medium tone and we're going to start in our tail and we're going to work it out into the next area. Again, making sure that we have a good amount of pigment there. Just going to put a tail here at the end. And then we're going to take our dark. We're going to start in the tail. And we're going to once again make sure we have a good amount of pigment. Now we're going to take our Caran d'Ache blender and we're going to start from the light into the medium into the dark. And we have a very nice progression of light, medium, and dark there. So it does blend 3 tones together very simply. Now we're going to go into our rainbow blend. So the rainbow blend is when you blend the red, blue, and yellow together to create the different colors of the rainbow, like orange and green, purple, that sort of thing. Now I am going to sharpen this red. I'm going to actually sharpen them all because I've dulled them. And they do sharpen quite nicely with a nice point. Now I am using the Task Biz sharpener, so you will find that it is an electric sharpener and may eat a little bit of your pencil more than anything else. Okay, so we're going to start with fire. So we're going to start with our red. Now we're going to build this color so that we get the oranges and the greens showing through. The reason for that is because you need to put different layers down so that when you bring in the next color, if you don't add more color to it and adjust it accordingly, you will find that it's not going to change the color accordingly. So I left a tail there. That's what I'm going to build that orange in. And we're going to bring this out, and of course we're going to leave an area for the blue to build into. Alright, now we're going to go back to our red. And eliminating some of that white spot. Building that yellow and red together, creating that orange tone. Again, going to go in with the yellow. And I'm dragging that red into the yellow area. To pull that orange more into the yellow, like so. Alright, now of course we are going to work with our blue. We're going to come into the yellow with the blue. And as you can see, they are a fairly soft pencil, so if you have a heavy tip on it, really fine sharpen on it, you will find that it wears down very quickly. Now again, we're going to go into that blue with the yellow and dragging it into the yellow, creating that green. Now, the more yellow you add, the lighter the green gets. The more blue you add, the darker the green gets. But it is combining to create that blue into the green. Take the yellow again. Make sure that I don't have a lot of loose pigment there. The further you drag it into the yellow, the lighter it gets, of course. The same with the red into the orange. So there we have it. Definitely did create the rainbow blend, which is the red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. So that is fantastic. I'm glad that they were able to do that. Now we're going to do an eraser test because sometimes with really soft pencils they are difficult to erase. So we're going to take two different types of erasers, maybe three, and we're going to try to erase these. And I'm going to put a good layer down. I'm not pressing hard, but I am layering it up. Of course, I could press hard and just cover all of this tooth very quickly because these do smoosh. Like I can show you here. If I press hard, you'll get a very, very heavy, smushed area where we don't need to do any blending. However, it does smush the pencil quite a bit. So you can smush these. We can do a smooshy smoosh with them. However, they are a soft pencil and you may find that you run out of pencil very quickly. All right, so let's try an eraser with these. So we've got that there. So we've got our electric eraser here. Let's see, where's my blue one that has an eraser in it? Make sure. Oh, it's kind of. Ah! Well, not anymore. I just lost the eraser tip out of it. It's got enough to do this test. Alright, so we've got our aft mat. This is an electric eraser. And as you can see, the aft mat works very, very well in erasing most of it. Another eraser that I use often is a pencil eraser. This one here is from Naoni, so we will use it as well. Now, as you can see, it's going to pull and that does very well as well. I did a little bit longer with this one because unlike the aft mat, it doesn't move as fast. Let's see if we can eliminate any drag because there was a bit of drag there and it does seem to erase quite easily. So the Naoni eraser worked for that as well. Now another one that I use quite often, let's see if I can find it. If I can't find it, then we'll move on. There it is the Faber-Castell um, Perfection 7058B. It is an eraser. It does have its own dust brush. And this does have a bit of a grit in it. So I do use it a lot on oil-based because it does pick that up really easily. Now I'm not running over because I don't want to clean up the mess again. With these smaller erasers, you can end up dragging that color off of the area that you're erasing. And that actually erases really well. There's not a lot left after that one. So that's 3 different types of erasers. All work quite nicely in erasing that pencil. Now, cost. I did pay approximately $100 for the shipment that I received recently. I don't know how much the 24 set was. I don't remember. It was a while ago. So I'm going to estimate approximately $20 or so. So it's about $120. You receive approximately 170 pencils. However, 58 of them are duplicates, which does work out to be about 75 cents a pencil, approximately. Like I said, I can't remember how much that original set was that I received, so I can't put a full determination. These are purchased in individual sets, so you can, if you have the ability to have them shipped to you, you can purchase small sets and build your set up. The 58 duplicates doesn't bother me because they are difficult to get. So having that 58 duplicates just means that I have a longer period of time making sure that I can use my pencils with all of the pencils. The duplicates are things that are used often, such as pinks, blues, greens, and that sort of thing. Um, so I'm not too concerned on having those 58 duplicate pencils. Alright, so let's color with these. Let's get started on some coloring. Of course, we're going to start here, and we're going to use the wonderful pinks that we already have out, because why not? So we're going to start with the raspberry. And I'm just going to color the whole area. Because these are a softer pencil, you can do a blanket color and then build that color into it, just smushing it all around. You can also take your lightest color and blend with that. So if I put down a thin layer of the light color, I can easily put in my medium and dark colors and then go over it again and blend that all together just using my lightest color. So while I'm doing this, let's just chat a little bit about the channel. We are reaching 2,500 subscribers. We're less than 250 subscribers away from that. And of course, as a lot of you know, if we do reach that 2,500 subscribership, I will be doing a 2,500 subscriber giveaway of the Phoenix colored pencils. So make sure you tell your friends, bring some people over. Let's get that subscribership up to that 2,500. We also have another giveaway going that I did announce at the start of the year. It was a goal to reach 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And if we did complete that goal, I have a set of Caran d'Ache Luminance, the full 100 set, as a giveaway if we do reach that 5,000 mark. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Remember to hit the bell, especially if you enjoy the content, to make sure that you get the notifications of any content that comes out. And this one here is Pink Lemonade. So this is our medium tone. And we're going to bring that right out to the edge. Where our light tone is going to meet into our medium tones. Not going to go over the entire thing because I want that light tone to stand out a little bit. So I have been working a little bit less than I was through June and July. So I may be able to start recording again on our regular schedule, or at least some of our regular schedule. If so, that should be fun. We will see how that goes. Like I said, it all depends upon work and what my hours are going to be now that they're changing. It'll be good to start giving you guys back your daily videos. I miss doing them. I'm glad that you all enjoy the extra live stream though, because we do have a live stream on Monday now instead of doing the Matters Monday recording. I just thought that the Matters Monday was very important and I didn't want to stop doing it. So again, I'm just going through. These are laying down really, really nicely on top of each other. Now I'm going in with Luau, which is a dark pink. Putting it into the shadow area. Making sure I get that little bit of a shadow behind the petal for the petal behind it. Take that medium tone and just blend it in a little. There we go, that's better. I don't mind it being a little dark, I just don't like the harsh line. So it's always best to be able to blend it in a little, and it blended in really, really nice. Now we've also got a overlap there, so we're going to put that shadow behind it. And then we're going to take our dark medium tone. So that's Pink Lemonade, and we're just going to blend that in like so. And then we're going to take our light one, which is Raspberry. And I'm not pressing hard. I'm just pressing hard enough to put down the color and to bring those colors together. Not to eliminate the color that is there, just to add to it and cover up some of the white spot. Like so. So in the areas that I want it to be very dark, I'm not going over top of it with the light. But in the joint areas, the joining areas between the light and the dark and the medium, I'm going over that with the light to blend that together, like so. And as you can see, I've covered up most of, if not all of, the white spot on that flower. Now I do want that to be a little bit more of the medium tone up through here, as well as down through here. So I'm going to go over that again with that pink lemonade, just to give it the amount of color that I want there. Sometimes you can find when you use your lighter tone or a white that it does wash your color out a little bit. And you can of course just adjust it with your colored pencil that you used that seems to be washed out. So you just go right over top of it, blend it in. When I blend things in after going over top of something and I'm blending into a lighter color, as I get into that lighter color, I just lift my hand a little bit and make sure that you don't get a hard line. I'm not pressing hard, I'm just putting in enough color to replace what the lighter color may have dulled down a little bit. Like so. Alright, so we're going to move on to the next one here. This is a bud, so it's going to have a lot more of that dark and medium tones because it's not open yet. There's a lot of shadowing, a lot of compressed petals. So we'll just leave a little bit at the tip light. And then we're going to take our dark like so. And then we're just going to blend that together. And then we're going to take our medium. I hope this isn't extremely boring for you all. Just want to show you how well they do cover. Now again, these are the Tree Vibe. I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. From Brazil. You can definitely purchase these in in a different market. However, they are not available in the US market that I could find. Now, if you are able to find them in the US market, please let me know, and I will definitely add that information to the description below the video so that anyone that does want to purchase them does have that ability. Like I said, that I did have these brought from a friend whose family is made them available to me. So, and you know, having friends like that is definitely beneficial for everybody because I get to tell you guys about it, and you guys get to, you know, see something new. All right, gonna go and sharpen my darkest one here. creating that overlap shadow there. Then we're going to take the light again, and I'm just going to go over the light area, blending that color together. And that is our pinks. Now we're going to take a bit of yellow, so this is sunshine. I'm just going to fill that in. Alright, so let's start with some greens here. So I want this one here, which is pistachio. So I'm just going to color this area here, as well as maybe the butterfly, which and the bug, which will give you the pretty much the full spectrum of the color, how they all lay down and blend together. The butterfly is an awesome testing of blending because it is a monarch butterfly, so we're going to be moving 3 different colors together to create that blending on the butterfly. Now I need a darker color, so I need, I think, Adam's rib. Nope, that's not it. So this is Adam's rib, and it's not the dark one, it's the lighter tone. There is another one that is darker that is more of an olive green. Just make sure that I'm still in screen and that my hand isn't completely in the way. Move the microphone, it keeps on hitting the collar of my shirt. Unfortunately, my close-up camera, actually both my cameras for some reason, have a tendency to dislike certain colors when I'm recording or when I'm live. So if this doesn't look green, it will when I show you on the other camera. I don't know why it does that. It's really annoying. And I can adjust it and adjust it and adjust it before I hit record or go live. And it will look perfectly fine until I hit record or go live. And then you can't see green. Alright, so that is the flower done. Let's do the bug here. So we're going to grab another red. I want a deep red. So I think I want this one. Maybe a little bit deeper than that. Yeah, so we're going to grab 7:15 p.m. and fire. So we're going to start with fire. And we're just going to cover the entire bug, except for, of course, the spots. With the first coat of the fire. And then we're going to sharpen 7:15 p.m. to a nice sharp point. And we're going to get into the shadowy dark spot areas. This is a nice dark red. I really like dark reds. Some sets don't have enough dark red to give all of their reds that are available in the set the proper under or over shadow tone color. Now we're going to go back in with the fire and we're going to just blend into the edge of that dark red, pushing a little bit harder now, filling in all of that white spot and giving that bug a nice even color. These are not scratchy whatsoever. They are so smooth. They are like butter on this paper. And of course this is a 60, I think it's 67-pound cardstock. And as you can see, that just perfection. Now this one is black. I'm going to make sure that I get a good sharp point because we're going to do the black areas of the bug. So down through here. Make sure we get his little legs. And I think there's a little bit here. Here we go. And there is our ladybug. So the next one we're going to work on is this one here. Now this one here is a lot of different oranges and reds and yellows. So I'm going to pull an orange and I'm going to pull this yellow, which is a nice bright yellow. Actually, I might go with this one, which is a little bit darker. So I'm going to go with manga, which is mango. And I'm going to go with fire again. Actually, I'm going to go with flirt instead of fire because it has a little bit of a red, an orange undertone. So I'm going to sharpen up the flirt. Make sure that these are all nice and sharpened. And that will go a little bit longer. There we go. So we're going to start with our yellow. And I'm just coloring everything that I want to have that yellow undertone. Just blanket coloring the entire. Now you could go from dark to light with this as well. I just like how they blend together, going from light to dark. Alright, so now I'm going with this one here, which is sunflower, I do believe. No, yeah, sunflower. And I'm coming out quite a ways, because then we'll be adding the flirt underneath as well. Now I'm leaving this edge here yellow. I'm not going to be adding any other color to that other than the yellow. This darker area here is going to be more orange and red than yellow. And of course with this kind of butterfly, there is a black aspect to it as well that separates the different sections of the wings. So just blending that red in. Now I did choose a red that has a lot of orange undertones to it, so that it would blend into the yellow and the orange appropriately and not stand heavily on top of them. And we're going to go in here where our darkest areas are. Like I said, this area here is going to be more orange and red than yellow. But it's still going to have some of the yellow left in there. Alright, now we're going to go back in with our yellow. And we're going to strengthen up the yellow colors that we have in there, especially in the edges of the wings, because we're leaving those completely yellow. Not going too deep into the red and the orange, because I don't want to dull down that color. And there we have that. Now we're going to sharpen our black really, really sharp. And we're going to go around our areas here to define the different sections. Now the reason why I sharpen that really, really sharp is because it's a really fine line, and I don't want it to have a really thick line. So if you sharpen your pencil really sharp, you're able to maintain that fine line. I'm turning my pencil to maintain that sharpness as well. Turning the page. Like so. Just trying to get this straight and as thin as possible. And there we have it. There is the wings of our little butterfly. Now we're going to go in with some browns and do his body. And I think I want walnut, which I think is this one. It is. So we're going to go in with some walnut here, and we're going to do his little body, like so. And of course a little bit of black for his antenna. Now the frustrating thing that can be quite frustrating with soft pencils is the fact that if you are heavy-handed, you will find that you are going to be sharpening your pencils a lot to maintain a really, really uh, fine point. So if you sharpen your pencil once and get a fine point, one of the things that I have learned throughout the time that I've been coloring is that in order to maintain that nice sharp point on a soft pencil, just constantly turn your pencil as you're coloring with it. If you find that you're starting to get a dull area, turn it to the sharp area, and then it will start to dull down on that side, which will sharpen the other side. As you turn your pencil, it will sharpen it into a finer point all the way around. That is my experience with soft core pencils, just from what I've done in my coloring, um, with my time coloring. So I'm going to switch this over to the main camera here, and hopefully you'll be able to see the different colors and the different abilities of combination here. I'll zip that down just a little bit. There you go. So as you can see, they blend very, very nicely together. They do give you a good vibrant coloring on all aspects of it. You can definitely put water over top of them. This did not run whatsoever with water, not even the red. They do smudge a little bit, so if you are done coloring an area, make sure that you're not going to rub your hand back and forth over top of it. The blender did beautifully on it. This is the Caran d'Ache blender, and this is the white pencil, which is the snow pencil. The Arctic pencil would have dulled that down even more. So if you're going to use your white pencil, make sure that you remember that it will put a little bit of white on your color, dulling it down a little bit. It was able to do the 3-color blend from light, medium to dark. It also did the rainbow blend from red, orange, yellow, green to blue. So it did that very, very well. I was able to basically smush them into a solid square without any blenders or anything else. It did work with 3 different erasers. The best one, however, is the Faber-Castell pencil eraser that has a little thing here. It is the Perfection 7058B. The cost of the pencils is approximately $100+ for all the ones that I have. As I said, I don't remember how much the first set was. It was a while ago, so I'm not positive on that cost analysis. You do receive, well, I did receive 170 pencils, not including the drawing pencils. 58 of those were duplications. So I have 112 that were not, and then 58 duplicates. I'm not concerned about the duplications because, like I said, these are difficult to obtain. So having that duplication does enable me to feel a little bit more confident with coloring with them and not being scared I'm going to, run out of pencil. In what I believe that I spent on them, it comes out to be approximately 75 cents per pencil, which is not bad at all. It is a very budget-friendly pencil in Brazil, and like I said, it's an absolutely gorgeous set of pencils that do, they are so soft and so smooth. They do color absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous colors, as well as blendability and um, that sort of thing. It has a fantastic color range. So we have our yellows into our tan yellows here, into our peachy tones, into our oranges, our reds, and our red violet kind of colors, our pinks, into our purples, into our blues. It has a really good range of blues, into our blue greens, into our greens, even has a green gray, which makes me excited. Um, into our olive tones, and then into our more brown tones, our red brown tones. And it even has a really good selection of greens, as well as two metallics, silver and gold. So altogether, the Trivibes is a very, very lovely set of pencils. Um, if you do know where to obtain them here in the United States and get them actually shipped to the United States, please let me know, because I would love to provide that information to everyone else. So, with that being said, my first impressions of these pencils, and probably my last impressions as well, because I have used them previously. Like I said, I did have a set of these, um, a 24 set of these that I have used quite often. So I can't say that I've never used them before, because I have. And I did actually color a skin tone with the original ones that I had, which were a very nice set of um, pink tones, really pastel tones. So I did actually color in this book here, and I did use the Trey Vibes for her skin tones, as well as the cream tones in her dress. So I have used them on coloring book paper previously, and they work beautifully on coloring book paper. And they just blend really nice together. They combine really, really well. So I have used them before, so I can't say that I've never colored with them before. Um, but having the full set giving me a lot more color choice is fantastic. And I am so, so glad and so grateful that I was able to have these sent to me. Um, Again, I did purchase them, but they were a joint effort in getting them to me. So I do appreciate everyone that was a part of that joint effort, and of course the wonderful people that created this set of pencils that is so pretty. All right, guys, my final impression of these pencils are A, they are very, very blendable. They do definitely cover beautifully. They are soft. They are not scratchy whatsoever. Even the metallic colors are really, really soft and smooth. They, like I said, they blend beautifully, even with a blender or just the lightest color or a white. They do remove and cover all of the white spot on a Nina 67-pound cardstock. They do not run with water. They do smudge a little bit. So if you do rub your hand on your colored areas a lot, make sure that you do blend that in and seal that with a little bit of a blender. They do blend beautifully with the blender as well as with the white. And they do a beautiful blending together with a three-color blend from light, medium, and dark, as well as the rainbow blend does combine those colors to create other colors. So you can definitely create new colors with these as well. They do erase quite well. The best one was the Faber-Castell Perfection 7058B eraser. It is a pencil eraser with a brush. They do have another one that's a pencil eraser and it has a pink eraser as well as a white eraser. I've never tried that one, so I don't know if that one works as well. They do work out to be approximately, this is a very, very basic approximation because I can't remember how much the original 24 set was. Um, to be approximately 75 cents per pencil, which is pretty good. It's still a little high, but with where they have to come from and shipping and all that fun stuff, yeah, it's not too bad. All right, guys, with that, I would like to say thank you very much for watching. Of course, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artist that you enjoy. Not only does this help us with our self-esteem, but it also helps our YouTube analytics, getting new people to come and hang out and check us out. Again, I will remind you that we do have a subscribership giveaway going. If we can reach 2,500 subscribers, I will be giving away a set of the prettiest pencils in the world. So the Phoenix 100 box set. If we do reach 5,000 subscribers, I will be doing another giveaway for the 5,000 subscribers of the Caran d'Ache Luminance 100 pencils. So make sure that if you want to help us reach those goals, make sure that you hit that like button and of course remember to hit the bell as well. If you're not already a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. And of course, finally, last but not least, is always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Have a fantastic day and a wonderful weekend. I will see you on Saturday. Until then, bye bye for now.